Hello, hello, good morning, and welcome to my holiday chat with Amy. And I'm so happy to be here with you on this lovely Monday. And if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Amy Yamada, and during this holiday season, I'm hosting Holiday Chat with Amy, weekdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, and it's all about helping you to finish the year strong. And my big commitment to you is all about helping you to deeply connect with yourself, your vision, and your ideal clients, so that you can create the impact and the income you've always wanted. So I would love to have you say hello, where you're from, and also know that you can use this time to always ask me any question that you'd like to ask me about where you are in your business. Maybe there's a pain point that you have right now that you're like, oh, if I could just get some guidance and support on this area, it'd be super helpful. So you can always post that below. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. And this was just inspired by, doing my weekly Chat with Amy show that I normally do throughout the year on Thursdays. And then as I was thinking about the holiday season and the gift of giving, I was like, you know what? I'm going to kick things up a notch and do this daily, Monday through Friday for about a month, and see how I can help you to finish the year strong and set yourself up for success in 2018. So hey, Kelly, hey, Rebecca, hey, Barb, good morning, good morning. Yes, awesome. Yeah, for some of you, good afternoon, right? Barb, you're in New York, so good afternoon. Okay, so for today, the theme is all around my number one strategy for attracting high-paying clients. And whenever I start thinking about my number one strategy, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that you can do in order to really be a top-notch coach or entrepreneur that is providing a package that's a premium package and attract your ideal clients. So I'm actually going to give you more than one strategy, because I know that why not? The more I can help you in order to take things to the next level in your own businesses, the better off you'll be. So, and then why don't you go ahead and pop in the comments below. I would love to know what it is, if you have an offering right now, a premium offering, or if you'd like to offer a premium offering, what are you offering right now? Go ahead and type below. Is it I know a lot of you are coaches, so is it a group coaching program or private coaching at a premium level or VIP intensives? Maybe some of you offer services. So what is that you offer? Hey, Kelly from Boston. So it's great to have you here. So go ahead and pop in the comments below. What is it that you're offering? I want to get an idea of what it is that you do. So go ahead and pop that in. Okay, so first and foremost, this is so key, because at the end of the day, there's so many client attraction strategies. And what I've found is that even if you learn every strategy under the sun, or maybe even one great strategy, it first and foremost starts with you and believing in yourself and believing in your offering. This is something I talk to my clients about all the time, because if you're putting yourself out there in the world and you don't believe in what it is you're offering, it's going to be very difficult for you to enroll others into your offering. So while this may not sound like a strategy, it is so essential. So anytime you're creating a new offering that you're putting out there, especially a premium offering, it's so important to do this. So believe in yourself. I put some notes here for you. Believe in yourself and your offering. And if you're struggling with that, then just take some time to think about, what could I create that I believe so much in, that if I were talking to someone who was offering it to me, I would be in no matter what. If it's just so valuable, you're like, I would so be in, because it's all about enrolling yourself first. So number one is all about believing in yourself, believing that you and your offering are enough, are more than enough, and believe in your offering. And don't put it out there until you fully believe in it, because you're just going to find yourself hitting your head against a wall time and time again. Awesome. Hi, Deborah. Hey, Orchid. Okay, so let's see here. Kelly says VIP intensives. Oh, that's great. And then Rebecca says, I offer health enrollment kits with coaching. Awesome. Okay, so the second element that is so important when attracting high-paying clients is all around giving more for more. Giving more for more. So what do I mean by this? When you think about putting together a premium package, then think about the value that you're including in the package. So it's not just about raising rates or putting a price tag or an investment on it that just is all about the money. I mean, I don't think that I attract people who are just about the money, although we do want to create a higher level of income so we can do the work that we want to do in this world, right? So when you think about giving more for more, especially those of you who maybe have been coaching for a while, or you're just like, gosh, I would really like to work with people at a higher level, then it's not just about saying, I want to work with people at a higher level. It's about saying, okay, what can I include in my offering that will give more for more? So create more value in what you're offering, and then feeling really good about the premium investment that you put on it. And this is something I've done every single year. And I think there's a part of most coaches and entrepreneurs that I attract are just like, oh, I don't, who am I to think that I can charge that much? Or I just feel like it shouldn't be about that, or whatever's coming up for you. And there's a few side tips that I'll share with you. One is that when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. Now, I didn't come up with that saying. I don't know who originally came up with it, but people who do not pay attention. So what I've noticed is that when I've offered premium offerings, then people actually show up more consistently. They do the work because they're invested. And it's the same with me. When I'm a client for somebody, it's like the more I invest, the more I show up. Because if it's just a little amount, or if it's free, then it's like, well, if I don't go, or if I don't attend, or if I don't participate, or if I don't do the work, it's no big deal. There's nothing to lose. So just think about even your own way of being. When you invest at something at a high level, you're much more likely to show up. My favorite analogy of that is if you've ever joined a really cheap gym, like a monthly membership to a gym, versus investing in a top personal trainer or weight loss coach or wellness coach, the investment is quite different, but what are the results? And how do you feel when you invest in something at a higher level versus at a lower level? So, of course, it's different for everybody. Some people are very self-motivated, but you see what I'm saying, right? Deborah says, good morning, beautiful. Aloha from Kauai. Oh, Kauai, awesome. I'm heading to Maui in April, so I'm really looking forward to that. I just love, love, love Hawaii. So, okay, the third thing, so it's believe in yourself and your offering is number one. Hands down, if you do not believe, then get back to believing in what it is that you're offering and believing in yourself. The second is to give more for more. So in your packages, make sure you're including high level of value so that you can charge a premium. Now that doesn't mean that you have to cram all this content into what you're offering. Remember, it's just the value. What is the value of what it is you're offering? And be sure that you can enroll yourself first. Okay, the third one is all about practicing generosity. Now, for those of you who have been connected with me for a while, you know that I'm really big on generosity. And the more I surround myself with like-minded entrepreneurs that are at the 7 and 8 figure level, it's not about the money, it's about generosity. So when you think about where you are right now in your journey, and think about how much do I give to my audience? And whether your audience is a small, tiny, little intimate audience or a massive one, how are you building a relationship with them and giving generously? So even like I said at the beginning of this particular holiday daily, I was talking about this daily show that I've done for the last couple of weeks. I'm doing it all the way up till December 22nd. And part of that was, how can I give more generously to my ideal clients and to my audience and to my social media following and my email list, because I promote it there as well. I thought, it'd be great if I did something daily. And even though that's a commitment on daily level or daily consistency, it's why not? Why not? And the more I've put myself out there during this time of year, the more people have come to me, and the right people, because they're getting a sense of who I am, what I'm about, how I practice generosity, how I coach. So just think about it for a moment. Where are you giving in your business, and where might you be holding back? Now, I know some of you may be introverts or uncomfortable about putting yourself out there, and it's just about starting. Even if you just start with sending an email out to somebody, or sending an email out to your list for those of you who have a list, or it might be about just taking a chance and doing a Facebook Live video if you haven't already, or just committing to doing it on a regular basis. So I remember even when I committed to doing this on a weekly basis, I thought, this is me committing my Thursday mornings to this chat with Amy thing, And there was a little bit of resistance, but I thought, it's once a week, I can give generously, and I can also repurpose these videos. It's a win-win-win for everyone. Why not just do it? And then I got into that consistency, and then I took it out to the next level of daily consistency during the holiday season. So, hey Kate, welcome. Thanks for joining. Awesome. Hawaii is amazing. Okay, Deborah says, Hawaii is amazing, as you are in your message. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's about generosity and not money obsession. Yeah, so just make sure that when you're thinking about putting together or really taking your offerings to that premium level, that it's just not about the money. First and foremost, it should always be about making a difference. And so if you ever get caught up in your head about, money and is it worth it, or who am I to think I can do this? Just remember that it's all about making a difference. That's all. Like anytime I get caught up in my head, I just bring it back to, okay, what will make the biggest difference and what can I create in order to make that difference for my clients? Okay, so the fourth thing, as I mentioned, I came up with five different things that you can do as I was getting ready for today's Holiday Daily Chat with Amy. I'm like, number one, I was like, there's 5. Okay, so the fourth one is to determine the client, this is really important, determine the client attraction method that aligns with you. So every year with my group of coaching clients, I always do a call on, I think there's about a list of 20 different client attraction strategies, because far too often I'll hear entrepreneurs say at every level, they're just like, I just don't know where my clients are. I don't know how to find clients. How do you find clients? I'm like, oh my gosh, clients are everywhere. just instead of like thinking that you can't find them, think about all the places your clients spend time. And then there's so many different methods. And so I have this training that I do. I think there's like 17 to 20 different client attraction strategies. Here's the thing. It's not about juggling all these different strategies and chasing shiny objects in order to attract your ideal clients and your high-paying clients. It's about picking the client attraction methods and strategies that work for you and then doing them really, really, really well. So while I'm not going to go through the 17 to 20 strategies that I always share with my clients because of time constrictions, I will give you a few examples. So for example, organic reach. So through your connections, through social media, through referrals, like I actually get a lot of connections. Like I gain a lot of clients through my connections, through my social media, through referrals from existing clients, colleagues, friends. So I love organic reach. Another one is speaking from stages, both online and offline. So whether you're speaking on actual stages, and a stage can mean anything from speaking in front of a small group of people to a larger workshop. So for example, last week I led my 2-day live mastermind event, and there was a smaller group of powerful women entrepreneurs. Or if you're speaking on big stages in front of hundreds of people, which I've also done, which is an amazing, amazing experience. So if that resonates with you, then do it. And then just know that there are strategies in order to have like a nurture sequence after you actually speak on a stage. So you don't just speak on a stage and then have all these leads coming to you and then you do nothing with them. So that's another opportunity. Online stages can include things like this: Facebook Lives, podcasts, summits, what else? Videos, YouTube videos. I mean, there's so many stages online that you could host. Free training calls, free webinars. So there's all sorts of stages that you can get on to attract your ideal clients and high-paying clients. List building. So you can build an email list. There's a lot of different strategies for email list building, from hosting online summits to doing online challenges. Like if you want to do a 5 or 10 day challenge. One of my dear friends, Devaney Freeman, teaches that and has helped people like me create online challenges throughout the year. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, list building, there's, having great opt-ins and free trainings, and you can promote them through Facebook. Another strategy is Facebook ads and online funnels. So I'm just giving you examples of all these different client attraction strategies. So the key is to find the ones that really, really, really resonate with you. Because if you don't resonate with them, then you're probably going to have that energy come into it when you're putting yourself out there, and you're not going to attract the right people. So my favorite ways are the organic reach. So that's referrals, connections, social media, just really an organic way of connecting with people. It's like taking the old school way of networking into the online world. I love speaking from stages in both online and offline. And also I have an email audience that I email, and I also join other people's podcasts and summits where they email and promote me. So those are my top 3 favorites. But again, there's so many different ways that you can connect with people. And finally, the 5th strategy is all about stop selling and start connecting and building relationships. This is so key. I think so often, when I was at my mastermind last week with my clients, I drew on this big whiteboard, and I mentioned this on a recent Facebook Live video about how most of my clients love the fulfillment part of what they do, right? They love the service part, the coaching part, the fulfillment part, but they don't love the marketing and the sales part. And so I drew a heart around the fulfillment part because I know that's the part they loved. And then I had the marketing and sales over here. And they're like, yeah, that's right. I totally want to do the fulfillment part. I'm like, okay, so if you could just look at the fulfillment part, that is your service, that's your love and compassion and offering. And if you could just put a heart around all of it, the sales, the marketing, the sales, and the fulfillment, and know that you actually get to serve in every single part of it, then you would stop looking at it as three fragmented elements and see it all as one. That's how I look at it. Because actually it's in the marketing and the connections and putting myself out there that I actually get to serve the most people, right? The most people. When I'm in an enrollment conversation, then I get to go deeper with a smaller group of people. And then there's a percentage of those people who step into things like my powerhouse offering or my VIP program. And those people I get to go the distance with, they have lots of access to me. I'm there with them to guide them, support them, and hold them accountable to where they want to go. So I reach the most people in the marketing, a little bit less in the sales enrollment time frame, and then I get to go deep with those people that are in that fulfillment section of what I'm talking about. But do you see how we get to serve at every single level? It's pretty incredible. So it's just about shifting the mindset. Like instead of, oh, I have to market myself, I have to do sales, it's like I get to serve here, I get to serve here, and I get to serve here. I get to make a difference every step of the way. So it's just a shift in mindset. And one more bonus tip, and this is something I tell my clients all the time, is to make some noise. Like put yourself out there, let people know what you're doing. If no one knows what you're doing, then no one's going to rise to the surface and reach out to you and say, hey, I want to learn more about your offering. And the more I, over the years, have put myself out there in other areas, even prior to being an entrepreneur, when I decided that I was going to start doing speaking, like offering speaking services, even as an MC, all I did was just start using the I am. I am now offering speaking services. And I let everybody know, everyone that I knew, I said, I'm now offering speaking services. So if you know of someone who's looking for a speaker for a fundraiser gala, for a big event, private event, whatever, and they're okay with me, or they want to connect with me, I would love to be considered. And I took all these things out of my mind about who I thought I needed to be or the credentials I thought I needed to have in order to speak on stages. And it was amazing the response that I got and the life lesson that I got, that if you just put yourself out there and make some noise and let people know what you're up to, and you believe in yourself, which was the first thing I mentioned on this Holiday Daily Chat with Amy, then people will come to the surface. And so, of course, what happened was I started getting emails and phone calls from people who were saying, hey, I remember you saying that you're not offering speaking services, and there's this conference coming up, or this fundraiser coming up, or this fashion show coming up, and we would love to connect with you to see if you're the right fit, or we'd love to talk to you about speaking at this event. And suddenly I was like on the MC circuit in the greater Seattle area, and then I expanded to California. And while I don't focus on emceeing very much anymore, just once a year I do the Metropolitan Fashion Week event. I just love it, love it, love it. But it has helped me to build my confidence even in the speaking arena. Now being a speaker at these big events, like for example, the Zone event or the Ultimate Stage Experience, Reach Live. And so now I have that level of confidence of I get to speak on stages and make a bigger impact that way. So, hey Heather, hey Julia. Yeah, thanks for joining. So today's been all about how to attract high-paying clients. Initially, I was going to give you my number one strategy, but I ended up really giving you like 5 or 6 different methods and strategies in order for you to be able to give more for more. So creating that value at a higher level to charge a premium and not be afraid to put yourself out there. So this is a part of Holiday Daily that I love to have you jump in with your questions, and just know that when you ask your questions, you're actually practicing generosity as well, because my answer can help you as well as other people who are watching this as well as the replay. Oh, the sun is coming in today. Love it. You know, I'm in the greater Seattle area, but on days like today where the sun is shining, it's crisp outside, it's just gorgeous. Like you could see the lakes and the mountains. It's great. So all that being said, I invite you to take a moment and think about what is the number one area of your business that you either are experiencing pain, or you feel like you're up against something, or you're just needing to ask a question around something. Go ahead and post it in the comments below. What is your question? I'm here to help you, to guide you, to support you, to hold you accountable. And great. Okay, Julia, when you started putting yourself out there, did you leverage your LinkedIn network or Facebook? great question. So first, okay, this was several years back, if not more. The first thing I did was I thought about how I wanted to put myself out there and the social media pages that I had, and then I started to update all of my profiles, right? So if you've got, your Facebook page, you've got your Instagram, you've got your LinkedIn. I mean, there's so many now, but I focus on less is more. And so first I just updated all of my profiles. But definitely for me, Facebook has always been my favorite. Like since I launched my business, Facebook has been a really great way for me to connect with people. So let's see. Yeah, so I didn't use LinkedIn as much. I know that I could use LinkedIn, and I recently was on a mastermind where there were some experts speaking on LinkedIn and how you can leverage LinkedIn. So that could definitely be a strategy I use down the road, but Facebook has been my number one. I also love Instagram. Kelly, question. How did you let people know you were offering speaking services online or over email? Every which way possible, Kelly. So when I started speaking on stages, like emceeing initially, I was still contracting with the magazine I used to work for. So this was years ago. And so at every client meeting with my advertisers and promotional partners and through email, I just let everybody know. Like every time I communicated with someone that I knew was connected in the market, I'd just say, hey, it's like a PS, I'm now offering speaking services. And it's just like, make sure that when you say something like an announcement, that it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm kind of sort of doing this thing. Like own it. I was just like, I am now offering speaking services. So if you know of anyone who is looking for a speaker, I would love to connect with them. If you know of anyone that has an event coming up, I would love to connect with them. So I just, through both email and in person, I just started letting everybody know. Yeah, you're welcome. Roxana-san, hey Rox, thanks for joining. Anahita. Yeah, so if you have any questions, this is your chance to post them. And if you're just joining and you didn't hear the strategies, go ahead and listen to the replay after we're done today on strategies on how to attract high-paying clients. Great. Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions? It doesn't have to be even related to the topic for today, but this is a really great chance to think about like, okay, what am I up to right now? What are my questions? Where am I struggling? What could I use some support on? And go ahead and post them below while I have some coffee. Oh, for once, I'm gonna pull down my shade a little bit. It's a little bit bright. I'm not complaining though. Hey Susan, you're welcome. Okay, so I see a lot of you on here. So remember that I'm happy to help you with any part of your business, whether it's marketing or sales. Rox, yeah. Rox says, addendum to last topic, make sure to follow through, set up your systems now. Absolutely. Following up is so key. In fact, I think that's where a lot of people miss the mark. So even if you've talked to someone and they have considered your offerings, if you just keep going to new people, you're missing out on the people you've already talked to. So definitely track everything that you're doing. This year, my company started implementing something called Airtable. So you can write that down if you need a better system of tracking. Airtable, so AIRtable.com, has a great opportunity for you to keep track of everyone you're talking to, put notes in it, see what their status is in terms of are they considering your offering or not, or where are they in the process. It's a really cool opportunity. Barb says, I'm just starting this path by coming up with my side business offering, so I go up and down with trust and positivity about this. Today my energy over this is low, and I'm in some fear around this leap. And then I don't know why it doesn't show me the rest of it, Barb, but I get the sense of what you're saying. So this is for Barb and anyone who's ever had self-doubt on what it is you're offering or if you're offering something new. I believe that every entrepreneur at some point in the journey does that. We go through this up and down, like, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't make it happen? What if I can't sell it? There are so many things that can come up in the entrepreneurial journey, especially when you're either new or creating something new. So I just always like to be an open book here, right? So even though I've had my business since late 2011, and when I was still contracting with a magazine, but I launched in late 2011, anytime I create a new offering, I still have that little voice that comes up. It's like, who are you to think that you can offer this premium offering? And who are you, like, it still comes up. The difference is that I've been in a practice and a habit of just noticing what's coming up for me and knowing that this little voice is not here to drive me. I get to drive, right? So I mentioned on a call recently about, I just always love Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love, and Big Magic, and how anytime she starts a new journey of writing her next book, she knows that fear is going to join. Like, she always talk, if you've seen, I never want to repeat myself, but that's not true. I like to repeat myself because that's when it lands, right? So she talks about going on a journey, and that creativity and fear are two characters that will always join her on her journey. And it's like a road trip where creativity and fear are with you, but fear never gets to drive. So I just notice what comes up for me. I just notice it and go, instead of going like, oh, it's going to take me down, that I don't believe I can do this. Instead I go, that's interesting that limiting belief is coming up, like this little gremlin over here. I'm like, okay, thank you for being here, but here's the thing, I'm going to do it anyway. And I just start by getting back into committed and inspired action, and don't let the limiting belief hold you back. And that's just a life lesson, and just the more you practice crushing that limiting belief, like being aware of it, right? Be aware of it. And if you want to do some deeper work, discover where it's coming from. Like, at what point did I decide that I have a limit to what's possible? At what point did I let someone or something tell me that I'm not capable of X, whatever that is for you? And if ever I have my own limiting beliefs come up, what I appreciate about it is that I get to go within and say, where does that come from? Because I'm committed to breaking that limiting belief, because I'm committed to being unstoppable, because I'm committed to making a bigger impact. Like, that's it. So I make it less about me and more about the difference I'm going to make in this world. And this limiting belief, this little voice, has no place in what I'm up to in the world. It just doesn't. It'll still be there, but it's not going to be a main player in my book, right? It's just not going to take over ever. So that's a great, great question. Thank you. Hey, Leica. Yes. What if it doesn't work? Exactly. Barb, all of this comes up for me when she says, what if it, first of all, I want to acknowledge Barb Cool, who you see her comments right now. I want to acknowledge you for your vulnerability, because the things you're bringing up come up for everyone. They do. So thank you for being vulnerable and sharing them. What if it doesn't work? What if it's not a good idea? What if it's not my ultimate dream? And I know there's something else I want to do. This is entrepreneurship. If you ask any entrepreneur who's been an entrepreneur for even 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30 years, if you ask them what they were doing at the beginning and where they are now, I would be willing to bet that every single one of them has had an evolutionary process of what they were offering at the beginning and what they are offering now. Like, I look back even in my journey and think about the different offerings that I had. At one point, I had 2 businesses and a bunch of side projects. My business looks very different now because I finally was coachable, right? And I picked one area and am going the distance with it. And once I picked one area to go the distance with, great. Barb, I know you, and I know right now you're focusing on bridging a gap so that you have income coming in and creating some flexibility in your time so you can determine what the big ultimate dream is. It evolves over time, so take the pressure off of having it all figured out right now and just take steps forward. You will learn in the process of being in action. So you've got this. Hey, Maureen, thanks for joining. Rebecca says, so at this time of year, this is also a time when people look at political situations to decide how they're going to organize their finances, and sometimes there's a level of fear. I listen and also keep in mind that I am so sorry, I can't see the whole thing on this. So Rebecca, yeah, so anytime I'm on a call with a new prospective client and I can see that they're a great fit and they're just like, oh, I kind of need to think about this and that and the other, I always think about how can I be the best coach possible? Like, I'm here to be a great coach. And it's, and this is coming from a recovering people pleaser, okay? So I always think about, like, I mean, the years that I was in even sales before this and now as an entrepreneur, I always think about how it would be much easier for me to just get off the phone or Skype or, just wrap up the meeting. It'd be much easier for me to say, you know what, totally, I understand. And if you want to take some time or if we want to connect in a few months, like, it'd be much easier for me to just say that and let them go. However, that would not make me a great coach, and they've come to me for a reason. So I'm not here to push anyone into doing anything. I'm not here to convince them or be salesy or anything like that. And at the same time, I'm here to stand for their vision. So if somebody has been on a call with me and I've done some coaching with them on a strategy call, for example, and they've told me what they really want and what their strong why is, where they're like, this is what I really, really, really want, and here's my purpose behind it. I'm going to stand for that vision like nobody's business, you know? Because if they're not standing for their vision and I'm not standing for their vision, it may never happen. And I don't want to be that coach who's like, okay, no problem, let's chat in a few months or let's chat in a year, see where you are then. I know where they're going to be. They're going to be in the same place. And I get so fired up about that. I'm like, what have you done since we last chatted? Nothing or very little. So I'd much rather take a stand for them and just, hear what they have to say and be with integrity. Like if what you're recommending to them is not with integrity to what you really feel is the right next step, since they're seeking advice from you or guidance and support from you, then don't recommend it. But if you know deep in your heart that you can make a difference for them, then stand for the vision and they will thank you later. Okay? So yeah, finance, I get the whole finance thing. Rox says, truth. Susan says, I'm redoing my whole niche. Yeah. And oftentimes you'll come back to identifying who your ideal client is. Like sometimes I'll talk to people who are a little bit more established, like myself, and they're like, oh yeah, I've already done those exercises of identifying my ideal client avatar, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you've evolved, right? So with your new premium offerings, does that still align with who you set out to serve at the beginning? Or as you've evolved, has your ideal client evolved? And for me, that certainly has happened. So it's great to revisit those initial exercises of like, who really is it that I want to serve? And the more specific you can be, the better off you'll be in your marketing messaging and whatnot. Lee Garrison, LG, what's up? It's great to have you here. What is your advice for taking steps to break free from owning a business that grows and slows down like a roller coaster? Okay, wait, what is your advice for taking steps to break free from owning a business that grows and slows down like a roller coaster? Okay, oh, I see. So you have a business that does this. Well, consistency is key. So, I would need to know more information. I know that since we've talked in the past, I know that you're in the tennis world. So this is a great time of year, actually for all of you, to take a step back and reassess what's been working for you, what's not been working for you, or what's the opportunity for growth, and where do you get to go from here. So just take some time. Take time to actually think about these things, because otherwise you may rinse and repeat something that doesn't work. And you'll find yourself in the same place next year at this time. So what's working for you? What's not working for you? So Lee, if you're still doing tennis instruction and you're having like ebbs and flows, then maybe you put together packages where, people commit to working with you as a tennis instructor client for a longer period of time. And commit to those people. Like, what's the big promise? If they show up and you show up, what's the big promise? And you could work with them for 6 months to a year and have that recurring monthly tuition as their tennis instructor, and see how that works. I was at my mastermind last week and I just said, sometimes your current clients, just like I was saying just a minute ago, sometimes your current clients are not your future clients. Sometimes your current client avatar is not your future client avatar. So just gain clarity around that. You might find yourself doubling your rates and increasing the value of your packages, working with less people, but going further with them. And I get that. Like every year I take my offerings to the next level because I think about what do I believe will make the biggest difference for them. So even, for example, with my Powerhouse program and retreat, and also my VIP program, people are going to have more access to me and my team than they've ever had before. So yes, it's at a higher investment level than what I've offered in the past, but I feel really good about that because I know that the value is much higher and I can go further with them and guide them and support them to success. So why would I not do that? Even though I know that not everyone from my past will continue on with me, that's okay. I love them and I wish them all the best, and I want nothing more for them to have the success that they seek to have. And at the same time, the people that I'm serving moving forward are people who are really committed. They're like, so committed to their vision that they'll do whatever it takes, and they'll be open and coachable and just ready to go. And some of those people are my current clients or the clients I've had this past year. They're like, yep, I'm in. I'm ready to take it to the next level. Here I go. And I'm the same way with my coach. So I practice what I preach. Hi, Olga. Barb, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Ash. Some of these people, I got to see Ashley Moon. I got to see her last week. Love you, girl. It's what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, Susan Ortolano. So I love what you just said. It's what I wanted to do from the beginning. So this is so amazing. I've found that over the years, oftentimes the things that I evolved to were the things that I set out to do at the beginning, but I went through a journey to figure things out, and then I brought it back just in a much more clear and defined and valuable level. So it's really exciting. LG says, you rock, Amy. Yes, I'm still going all out with tennis instruction. I should add fitness programs to supplement the tennis business. Yeah, or make it an ultimate package, Lee. Like, think about it. Think about if all of your tennis clients got to have like a fitness package so they could be the best tennis players they can be. I mean, you could incorporate fitness and nutrition and leadership and mindset. So I don't know what else is included in your offering, but if you just, this is for everybody. If you just take a moment, take a little bit of time and either journal this out or type it out, what do I believe would be the ultimate package that would take my ideal clients all the way, and not be afraid of what that investment would look like on their end, and don't make assumptions about their money situation or their relationship with money. What I've learned both in my own decision-making process and in working with entrepreneurs all around the world is when somebody wants something badly enough, it doesn't matter what their situation is, they will find a way. They will find a way. It's amazing. Hey, Christy. You're welcome, Rebecca. You're welcome, Lee. Yes, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and do a little time check. Oh, my goodness. I've gone way over. See, when you're having fun, right? Time flies. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this one up. And just as a reminder, I do Holiday Chat with Amy weekdays, Monday through Friday. So weekdays, 9 a.m. Pacific. So I'll be back on tomorrow. Would love to answer your questions, connect with you, and just know that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. Also, of course, a little plug here. If you have been following me for a while and connecting with me for a while, and you have been wanting to see how you could go further with myself and my team, go ahead and either private message me or connect with me. I can pop in my email even, so it's amy@amyyamada.com. And if you're ready to take it to that next level, like this is where I'm talking about these premium offerings. So there is an investment involved. I'm just going to keep it real. And I'm so committed to those of you who are ready to take it to a whole new level in 2018 and have your next big breakthrough. So go ahead and reach out to me, and we can schedule time to chat one-on-one. And that way I can find out where you are in your business, where you're struggling, and if I'm the right fit for you. And I won't be, I'm never a pushy person, or it's not about pressure. I'm here to make a difference for you. All right, sending you much love. Have an awesome day ahead of you, and hope to see you here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. Mwah. Bye.